Well,
That's it. Yes, that's the school. She's in 8th grade. She's gonna graduate this year.
okay, yeah, I'm across the street.
Oh my gosh, I love that area.
Street is right. Who's here? You got everybody's name that's here, right? You good? So you got everybody's name that's here, right?
I'm gonna take that down right
Teacher
now.
with no paper, I have all the other things
We
here.
have
Sorry. Not the paper.
Jayne.
So why do they have this?
In case anybody wants to get on, because there's what, 9
All right,
members, but
awesome.
there's
So
5 of us,
welcome,
that means we have
everyone.
quorum. So
So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So thank you. This is the September 13th meeting of the Newington Human Rights Commission. My name is Liza Andrews. I'm the chair of the commission. If we could go, we do have a quorum. If we could just go down and just do a quick round of introductions.
Jane Boulay.
Mark France.
Jamela Abrahams.
Roberta Byron Cole.
All right. So we do have the minutes from the June meeting. Carol did send those out to everyone. Did everyone have a moment to look them over? Does anyone have any changes to the June meeting minutes?
We vote to accept them.
Second.
All right. So Jane moved to accept, Mark seconded, so the June meeting minutes are accepted. And Mark, you can just note that Jane was the motion.
Okay, thank you.
And you were the second on the motion, and they were approved. All right. So the next item on the agenda is the review of the upcoming December speaking event. So following up on what we discussed in June to hold an event at the library on Thursday, December 1st. The event itself will run from 6:30 to about 8 p.m. It might, 7:45, we do have, Carol did get the library space from 6 to 8:30 to allow us to do set up and breakdown. So if members of the committee can plan to be there at 6 p.m.
What was the date?
Thursday, December 1st.
And that's Human Rights Month. December is considered Human Rights Month from what I understand.
Yes.
Okay. Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So far, like we discussed, Carol did reach out to Connecticut Food Share, and they're on board with someone attending. We don't know exactly who will attend on behalf of Food Share. I have reached out to United Way, and then Connecticut Partnership for Strong Communities. So United Way does, I think I mentioned this briefly last meeting, put out a report. The title of it is Alice, Asset Limit and Income. Alice stands for something along those lines, but it's really good information about issues in the state related to poverty and wealth disparity. So I've asked them to present, I think we were aiming at each of those 3 organizations having about a 15-minute presentation. Obviously, Food Share would present specifically on hunger issues. United Way would present on the poverty and wealth disparities and provide some of the data they have in their Alice report. And then the Partnership for Strong Communities focuses on affordable housing. So some of those issues related to affordable housing, how affordable housing is a human right, and what's going on in the state to make housing more affordable here, because obviously we're having some real struggles with access to affordable housing. So that's the plan right now. Those are the 3 asks that have gone out. And again, I've asked, I don't know Carol's exact conversation with Food Share, but I've asked United Way and the partnership again to provide that 15-minute presentation each. Is there interest in the group here to develop maybe a brief set of 3 questions that can be posed at the end to all of the panelists, or do we want to just go with those 15-minute presentations and then just leave the rest for Q&A? I mean, there will be a brief introduction, I think, at the beginning about what the Human Rights Commission is, and that, we are the Newington Human Rights Commission and we exist. And then go into the presentations, and then is there a desire to do any sort of planned Q&A with the panel, or would we rather leave it to the audience?
I think we should leave it open, the audience, maybe have something in our back pocket if no one speaks up,
Okay.
but since it's a
Yeah.
community event, we should allow them an opportunity to
Okay.
ask questions.
Okay.
I
Alright.
agree with that.
We're meeting again, this is November, right? We're gonna meet
Yep.
again in November?
Yes.
All right, so I will bring the bag, because I did find the bag with the pencils and bookmarks that we've used in the past at the waterfall festivals and the
Okay.
whatever, I'll be, because as a reminder, Sue and I will not be here for that.
Okay. I thought you guys were back at that point, and that's why we picked that date.
No, we were gone, and then we're leaving again to go back down for Christmas down in Florida. So we
Oh,
do that we're always gone the first week in December.
Oh, okay. How we specifically picked that date, because you guys would be here. Okay.
No, when you guys were discussing it, I'm like, we're not gonna be here for December, and but I guess that was, but then you don't need us here, so I'm just, I mean, I
Oh,
would
okay.
gladly do whatever you guys need to have done beforehand, but,
You won't be here December 1st?
right, I'm leaving,
Oh.
November 30th.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I must have misunderstood last meeting. I thought there was like, literally a week where you guys were back and we picked that week.
This is a month we're back, and then we're going out again. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Alright.
because we're going, yeah. It's nice when you're retired, just have all these little trips all over the place.
Sounds
and we're
great,
good
I
to
can't
go.
wait.
Sorry, Jamel.
Okay. All right, well, that would be helpful to have that. That's great. All right. In terms of the presentation we're gonna get to, I know Roberta, you were gonna coordinate potentially some finger foods and stuff related to the presentation. Is there any other input or thoughts on the presentation?
I assume with the ask, there's guided as to what we're hoping to achieve by these, like,
Yeah.
food share, okay.
Yeah, I know, again, I didn't have a conversation with Food Share, that was Carol.
Yeah.
But for, what I sent over to United Way and the partnership was just, can you provide information on these topics? So, for United Way, it was, what information is in Alice that might be relevant,
To
talking
Newington
about.
specifically, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
to
okay.
what they have to Newington, but it may also look at the state level, right?
Okay.
And then what are those poverty and wealth disparity issues? And then what are those resources? Because obviously CT United Way runs 211, which is that kind of critical connection point for people needing social services.
Mhm.
So to talk about that and then what resources people can access through 211. And then for the partnership, it was focusing on affordable housing as a human right. And then what's being done in the state to address housing affordability here. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, just basically just to follow through on getting the word out for the event. I believe Jay did say about pencils and
Well, then we can get those out, we can
At
put
the
at
event,
the
yeah.
actual event,
at the
Yeah.
actual event.
right?
Yeah.
And just the question about how are we letting the community at large
Sure.
know about
What's
the
it,
event?
Facebook?
Yeah.
Right, people
I
can
think-
post, yeah, people can post on their own Facebook pages, and I do believe Carol has access to, is it Erica, I think her name is, from,
Oh, yeah,
the
town
Newington-
crier.
the town crier, the-
Reader, whatever that, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think Carol can add stuff to the town website, so we'll make a flyer.
Mhm.
So she could put the website, the flyer on the website. She can also let places like the town crier know, so that it can be in there, and then, we can also make, a social media post that people can do individually. I think the town has social media too, so Carol should be able to get it on there, yeah.
Sure, what's happening in Newington?
Yeah.
No, well,
Newington
there's those,
News.
there's those which we can
Oh, but
individually
there's a
ask.
town one,
Yeah, the town of Newington has one that Carol should be able to get them to put something up on,
And they
so.
might be able to stream it.
Well, that's a lot of technical stuff that we have to ask. if they
Okay,
can do
again, I said it.
That would be up to Carol to arrange, so, I'm sure we'll be
Is she the one
communicating.
with the connection in the library?
Carol got the library.
Oh, yeah, because the other group I belong to, there's somebody on the Friends of the library, that they always do all that stuff.
Yep. Yeah,
I'm gonna
so,
get you one too. You're gonna have another one, 'cause you're looking for more volunteer.
so, yeah, I think once we have the speakers lined up, we can go ahead and make that flyer. Jamela, I know you had been saying, this was a while ago, you talked about potentially making a flyer for the.
I
Human
know,
Rights
and
Commission.
I never.
I know, yeah, I know you didn't have a chance to do that. Would you have the chance to do this one?
This
for
was
year?
by, when is it due? You have to give me a deadline.
Okay, well, I
Yeah,
think it's
It works best
definitely,
like that.
sure. First, we're gonna need to confirm the speaker, so we still
Okay.
have a little work to do on our end to do that, but I mean, I think if we can get, the event start advertising the event by November 4th, that gives us a month, of advertising, so, I think then this is probably the flyer or something we're gonna have to discuss over email, because we won't be meeting again before that.
So if you tell specifically, what kinds of information.
Yeah, so it'll be on Carol and I to get you the information that you
Yeah.
need,
Mhm.
to make the flyer, and then let's aim to have the flyer done by October 28th.
Okay.
I do have one other question.
Sure.
So budgeting and making sure that we do have enough money in our treasury to make sure that we can be within, within our limits.
Mhm.
'Cause I'm just curious to see if we are within our limits or if we have a forecast or projection. And just kind of curious to see if we're gonna be within our budget range.
Yeah, so, I don't recall, Jane, do you recall the amount of our budget? It's very small.
It's like
very small.
$1,000.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like, it's not very much.
So,
We don't use it, we haven't used it for anything, so it's
Gotta
like.
use it.
No.
Otherwise, if you use it, then they'll give you more the next year.
yeah, so
No,
I
no.
need to
We-
just,
We tried that philosophy, and they took $1,000 away, so it didn't work out the way we wanted it to. We bought T-shirts, everybody got T-shirts, we got the thing, we did the big thing for the Waterfall Festival,
Oh, awesome.
and, no,
Huh.
we got cut the next year, so.
so I
It is
thought-
what it is, it's the budget, we don't use, it's not a. I mean,
Yeah,
if
but
we-
what you don't use, you can't carry on to next year, correct?
No.
Right, but as a committee, you get a minimal amount to work as I really hate sitting this way. As a committee, you get a minimal amount to function as a committee. They don't give you a zero budget. You have to give you some money, and I think it's like $1,000.
Yeah.
So whether we use it all or don't use it all, you're still gonna get that minimal amount in order to have this committee work.
And if we don't use the $1,000 by a fiscal year, by the end of the fiscal year,
Mhm.
then does it roll over to the next year
No.
or it does not roll over?
No, whatever you use, we use it. We don't use it, then it just gets redone next year.
Mm.
Okay.
There's no, I mean, if we need to accumulate for something, that's a whole different
Mhm.
budgetary thing. That in the 15 years I've been here, we have never used more than $250 in one given year for any given thing.
Okay.
Wow.
Because there's nothing, the speakers usually come, if they come, they usually come for free.
Free.
Uh-huh.
We've
Mhm.
never, that we don't have, we bought pencils
Anybody
and
else?
bookmarks are not expensive. They weren't, most we bought was art supplies when we did a thing with the kids out in the Waterfall Festival, and that was probably about $100 for art supplies. It wasn't like, you're not anticipating hundreds of people showing up at the library. You're
No.
anticipating maybe 15, 20,
Yeah.
so it's not like you're gonna buy, 50 things of coffee, or
Yeah.
50, for 50 coffees. It's
Yeah.
not, you gotta be realistic in terms of how that works.
Yeah,
This
so,
is our first adventure, so hopefully we can
More
build
than
on it, as we go on.
Well, hopefully we'll get more than 15 people if we're advertising.
Right,
on
exactly.
all
Well,
those,
Yeah,
venues, so.
I mean, if we get 50, it'll
outlets,
be
I should
nice,
say.
but yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
so we'll see.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
okay. So I'm gonna confirm with Carol how much we want to spend on, refreshments,
Mhm.
and then I'll CC you on that email so that.
The
And
refreshments
for how
and-
many people too, might
Well, so
help.
I think I think, what we were talking about last time is probably somewhere in the 25 to 30 person range, right? So,
I'll put 30.
And then we'll need like some type of, obviously, paper plates or napkins and
Mhm.
whatever you get to drink. If it's,
Oh, that'll be,
Dunkin' Donuts in the middle of town Big Craig is usually good about donating like
Mhm.
boxes of coffee. So they usually give you a bag of creamers and cups and
which
whatever.
Dunkin' Donuts is that?
The one in the middle of town? I think
Okay.
it's the-
on
I-
Main
I-
Street? On Main Street?
I think his name is, I don't know if he's still there or not. And we haven't, because we kind of shut down like 3 years ago, so I don't know if he's still there or not. But Craig's his name. He used to be the guy that used to run that, and he helps out, and you can even ask Carol, because, I mean, I think that's who brings the coffee and stuff into the Christmas, when they do the Christmas thing, and they.
Stirge,
I'm at work during these Christmas. things.
sugar.
Oh, so sorry. Yeah, but if they donate it, they'll donate it. You go get a box of Joe and give you everything that goes with it. If not, you can buy one too, for that matter, but. I mean, he's usually pretty
Paper
good about it.
plates, napkins, stirge, sugar, cream, and I'll see whatever they have, or I can go in there every day and put some in my pocket.
Hopefully it
It's
doesn't,
easier that
No,
way.
if you buy-
hopefully it
no, no,
doesn't
no, no,
come
if
to
you buy
that.
a box of Joe, even if you buy the box of Joe, even if you can't get a hold of
comes
Craig,
with it,
even if you buy a box of Joe, they give you 10 cups or 15 cups, however
Yeah,
many,
they
and
give
they
you
give you the
those,
sugar, they
yeah.
give you the creamer, and they give you the stir.
So,
That automatically comes with a box of Joe.
and
So
we
box
have
of
Joe-
$1,000.
Joe,
I
you
think
mean
you could afford a
coffee, right?
box of Joe.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't,
Yeah, so I
Okay, yeah,
think
so
if
if I
we
get a-
got, I
okay.
think if we got one box of Joe regular.
Yeah, and one box decaf.
That would be more than enough coffee. And then we should do, some bottles of water wherever you choose to buy those. I think that would be fine for the beverages. And then in terms of, the hors d'oeuvres, I think, I don't.
Fancy.
No,
hors d'oeuvres.
nothing.
No,
Like,
but I like
yeah,
Steve's
no,
stuff, they have.
Well, this is what I was thinking, I had brought this up to you,
Not like.
that
snacks,
if I
hors
went
d'oeuvres.
to-
Hors d'oeuvres, yeah.
what was it,
You mentioned last month going to.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
a
I wanted to-
BJ's or
I wanted
Sam's
to
or
go
something like that.
to, jeez. Anyways, where I wanted to go. I thought I could try, the Italian gourmet or Stu Leonard's. One of the bakeries, either South End Bakery or maybe the Cakery, so we could do little cookies or else some cupcakes. And then I was thinking, if Stu Leonard's, maybe even Stop and Shop would donate. And just finger sandwiches?
Mhm.
Maybe they could do a chicken salad and a tuna salad.
I
or
don't even
whatever.
know that you need to get that. Yeah.
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 Better with cheese.
Yeah, something.
Cheese and crackers, like you were saying, little
cookies,
cupcakes,
yeah.
cookies, something like that.
Oh,
Like,
cheese and okay, so nothing, okay, cheese and crackers.
Yeah, they're not coming for dinner.
Oh, okay, guess who's coming to
Maybe
dinner?
like, if you get a cheese plate, they usually have some type of like pepperoni or salami or
All
something.
right, get a
with
cheese
them.
plate, crackers. What else did you say?
cupcakes,
Yeah,
cookies.
cupcakes
little-
or cookies,
yeah.
yeah, people always, especially if you have
Cupcakes.
coffee, you need a little something.
Cookies,
sweet
but I
with
could
it.
try to the bakery for those.
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Or even like.
Yeah, I think
BJ's
if
or,
you wanna try,
Who
again,
knows, maybe Stu
I know
Leonard will
that
give
we're
us a
gonna be
platter of
able-
cheese and crackers.
Oh, okay.
I know South End Bakery there is also a local owned bakery
Yeah.
too. I don't know I don't know what they have there. I have no idea.
Oh, it's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, I mean, I know
It's
they
in
give
town.
Italian.
It's delicious. They're from South End to Hartford. They live Franklin Avenue.
It's
They used to be at Soundview also. Main
So I mean,
Street.
I don't know if I don't know how involved they are with these kinds of things or not.
sadly, the mom of the owners, the Ciarcia family of South
Mom died.
End passed away, so my condolences to the family, yeah.
I posted it on
Yeah,
Facebook
yeah,
because
Maria
I knew,
Ciarcia,
that
yeah.
everybody, a lot of people knew her.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, knew the family.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna confirm with Carol. I know we'll have some money to be able to spend on refreshments. And so then if you wanna try to go to a couple of different places and get them to, each donate one piece of what you're trying to, pull together, probably, more likely than trying to go to one place and get them to donate it all, right? So.
Yeah. I mean, I could even go to the Rooster and see if they can do wings, but you said you don't want something like
No,
that.
that's
That's
gonna be
too
messy.
messy, yeah. We don't need to do that, yeah.
You can have it for us for the after
Yeah.
Well, if you get the pineapple jerk wings, they're really, really good. I've had
Oh,
them before,
really?
they're excellent.
Oh,
They
okay, good to
discontinued
know.
them. Last time I checked it out.
Ooh, sounds, all right, I could figure
So-
this out. I could
In its
figure this
place
out.
In the Rooster.
And then we'll
Is
see
they
if I
still
need money or
Yeah.
if people will
Okay,
donate, which I think
saw
they
a
would.
new
If I can
restaurant
donate,
over in
Mike. If
that
not,
area, and I thought it
El
was
Pollo
I'll pay for it
Guapo.
and give you the
Yeah,
receipt.
where's
Yeah.
that, what's
that how
that
you do it?
replacing?
I
So-
don't know that, Roberta. We
That's
gotta
it.
talk to Carol.
Okay.
So Staff is key here, so.
My
Okay.
suggestion is everybody put on their calendars, like October 27th or 28th, that we have a group email go out at that point, when everybody needs to respond to it. about where we're all at in terms of refreshments, if you need help with refreshments, if you need help with you know what I mean, just so we can touch base. Cause we're not meeting, right, cause the second Tuesday in November is election day, right?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
So aren't.
Just a suggestion, is just so.
No, I
find a
think
way
it's a
to,
good idea.
In
I
case
mean,
anybody
yes,
needs
I
help
think
with
it's a good
anything,
idea.
in case Carol, you know,
Yeah, no, but we do have a November meeting.
oh, do we? Okay,
Yeah.
what is that? 'Cause then-
I'll have to talk to Carol.
Cause we usually meet on the second Tuesday, right?
Correct,
And it's election day this year.
correct. All right, I'll talk to Carol and we'll get an email out to confirm.
We'll have to do it on the third one instead.
Okay.
Now, my position here expires on the,
Does not matter, you will continue to serve as long as you want to.
11:30, but I'm staying.
I have been off the list for 5 years now, still have not been reappointed, so I'm serving, whatever that word is. I'm
Okay.
serving.
A life sentence?
A life sentence at this point, yes.
Yeah.
Cause you're expiring too, Sue, right? You and Sue
I
are
am.
expiring, I think. But again, everybody's got, no, Sue
Would they
already
send us a
expired.
notification?
No, it's just,
I got a notification, I was on Parks and Rec, I got an email saying that,
Oh, it's just a year?
because I don't go to the meetings
2
that
years,
often,
2 years, yeah.
that, they wanted me off.
So it's,
And I
yeah,
said-
so it should be expired. Is this year 3
Whatever,
then?
I don't care.
Yeah, I think she already
It's like
expired.
COVID is like
Yeah.
mess with us. What's that?
Okay,
Okay.
so, all right, so we'll do that. Perhaps, let me talk to Carol. Perhaps the thing to do is to just have a special meeting that last week of October. What's the last Tuesday of October look like for folks?
Hopefully I won't have a board meeting.
The 25th
The 20 Oh, that's right, what, November?
of October.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah,
gonna say
that would work.
October
Last
25th, I think, yeah.
Okay, I need to just confirm that with Carol, because then we would need to call that the special meeting. So let me ask her about that. But if you guys want to put holds in your calendar for now.
Okay.
Missing, because we need to touch base somehow before.
Well, better to be on the same page.
All right, so any other thoughts on the December event? Questions? All right. So the next item on the agenda is member reports. Anyone have anything?
What are these reports supposed to be about?
I think, that's typically, this is where Carol gives us a report on
Oh.
what's going on in the Human Services Department, so she's not here tonight. All right, next up is other business.
I think that it should probably be in the notes, and they really should know that come October after this election, I think you and Mark are the only two that are officially still on this committee.
Okay,
That this committee no longer has members from any party on it.
okay.
Wow.
Because you're ending in October. I expired, like, whenever Tim Mackey became on the town council, how long was that? That's how long I have been not a member by any party.
I'm not a party anymore either, so.
Well, it doesn't matter, you were nominated by someone, whoever it is, but
Yeah.
you were not, at the end of October, you're not a member anymore. Somebody needs to nominate you to stay on the committee. I mean, you could stay serving, but I think the town needs at one point to step up and figure out that there is no members from either party, except for you guys, you and Mark, the only two that are, and are you both Democrats?
Yes,
So there's like absolutely no Republicans here, and Republicans are in charge of, I mean, they're the leadership in the
Yeah.
town. Were you a Republican?
I
at one point?
was.
Oh, so you were appointed by Republicans.
I
then.
was.
No, but you were appointed by, so that's why you're
Yes, I
still on
was.
this council, you're
I
still.
was appointed by, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, as a whole, the town has to recommit as to what they want to do with the membership of this committee, because.
Well, until they say anything, I'm here.
No, that's fine, that's the same way I
Yeah.
am, so, that's, that's.
Term is up.
Right, yeah.
But for now,
I just think it needs to be reflected in the notes that this committee, as of the end of November, there will only be 2 interned, kind of speaking, people serving on this committee.
yeah.
Everybody else's term has expired, and we're all serving, I forget what the heck that is. You guys know what that is? Ed hack, ed whatever, per diem, you kind of doing it for whatever.
ex officio members or
Yeah, I
something.
think
What's the name of it?
There's a lot of terms out there that people,
Yeah.
ex officio,
None aside,
no, I'm not, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it's up to the town chairs, the chair of the, yeah, so I know that the DTC has one more, appointment in the works, coming up. Whether or not the town council, ultimately approves that, that's up to the town council.
So just to, if I may, just to clarify, we are a 9-member
You're
committee,
supposed to be
Committee,
a
yep.
supposed to
nine-member.
be,
Yeah.
a 9-member committee.
From what I heard, they might want to shorten the amount of committee members they have in each position. Whether it's Parks and Rec, they think they have too many, or here or there, or any of that. I was listening to them on TV, and they were talking about, they were talking about that, and they were also talking about why do we have to pick people that are just related to a party? So they
They
might
don't.
want to change that as well, because there's a lot of people that want to volunteer.
Mhm.
So
They don't have to do that, so, but that, yeah, I think that's probably another, I know that Carol was working with James to get the list of where.
we have 9 members, we're eligible for 9, we only have 6 active. So that's kind of where we're at this point, and of the 6, only 2 people really, as of the end of November, will be official members of the committee.
Yeah.
Everybody else is serving because we want to.
when's your term up?
I think it
She
was.
already expired,
Oh, you expired too? Oh, and your term expired.
because she got appointed the same time Stu did, and Stu
Yeah.
expired last year.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure, I
Alright.
shouldn't speak for you, Jamel, I'm pretty sure, because I thought you and Sue got
Yeah,
appointed
at
at the
least you're
same time.
keeping track, 'cause
All right, so the last, bit on the agenda, so we just did other business. So the last piece of the agenda is public participation, and we do not have any members of the public here or, on Zoom.
But we
So-
probably should note that Human Services, the food bank is open, and people are actually coming back in person,
Great,
using the food bank.
good,
And food share, I know they're coming in, food share still comes every other week into, the center of town, for the vegetable truck, giving out fresh vegetables.
all right.
That's what I haven't had in a long time, is a lot of vegetables.
So with that,
I've been eating
I think we can have a
vegetables.
motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All
Second.
right, so it's 6:32, Roberta made a motion to adjourn,
That was
seconded by Mark. So
I have
thank
stuff
you,
to
this
do.
concludes the meeting.
Thank you.
Oh, my word.
Hi, Mark.
I'm Jamala.
Hey, nice to
Good
meet
to
you.
meet